loves, and welcome to another episode of Crafting with Bree. Today I am going to be making a centerpiece for my series that's coming up soon called It's a Black and White Spring Thing. I believe I put something on Facebook and Instagram about it if you want to check that out. But this is the first video on that series. I am going to be crafting a topiary for my centerpiece for the spring, and I'll be showing you how I'm doing this. This is going to be a quick video. It's not very hard to do. Some of the things came from Dollar Tree, so it's a Dollar Tree inspired DIY. So the first thing that you would need is these flower pots. Now Dollar Tree have a lot of these flower pots. I love them. The theme that I'm doing is a farmhouse theme. I'll be doing something like a little farmhouse chic, so it'll be in Bree style. This is one of the items that you would need for this DIY. You need a flower pot that has the flower and garden, and on both sides, this is the oblong shape. They have several shapes and several styles. They also have this one here, which is a more circular style with the handles on it on both sides. Very, very pretty. The flowers and garden is a little bit bolder type, so very nice darker metal here. And then they have a more cone shape that I don't have here, so whichever you prefer. So we're going to start with this flower pot, and then what else you would need is these little square floral foam that they have at Dollar Tree, so you can get some of those. And then you would need a foam ball. Now I purchased this one at Michael's, and it was like $3 and something cent. You can use a coupon on it if you don't want to spend that much, but I thought that was pretty decent for a foam ball. And I purchased some moss some time ago, so I keep this on hand. And then I have some nice buffalo check black and white ribbon here that we'll be using. So not that much. So what we're going to do, some of the things I have started to move the video or the DIY along a little bit quicker. You will also need some fruit. Now I purchased these fruit long time ago, and I painted them white. They originally were green or red, and I had purchased so many of them because they were $5.99 at AC Moore, and I had a 55% coupon. And I purchased, I think they were like $2.70 for 15 of them. So I keep those on hand, and I finished spray painting these. They're still a little wet. You see, my fingers have some paint on it. So I spray paint these white, and I use them throughout my home. And so you would need about probably 4 packs of these to create a full ball topiary. So let's get started. This is going to go pretty quickly. So, okay, now we are going to put our foam in our flower pot. So we're going to take some hot glue. Take some hot glue, and we're going to put it on top of the foam sparingly. Then stick it down here. It's quite warm back there. All right, so then we're going to take some glue and put it on top of the foam. And we're going to put our moss on top. Spread it evenly. Pile it up high so it can be nice and thick. We're going to press it down so it can adhere to the glue. So we're going to put this aside. Now what you can do also, you can enhance your flower pot by painting it. I thought it would be a nice idea if you sponge paint the colors on, maybe a couple of colors to give it that deep, rich look. So I didn't want to paint mine, but that is an option if you want it to stand out more to go with your design. So we're going to put this aside until we're ready for it. Now we're going to take our ball. Now this is still in the plastic. I've already started a ball so you can see what I've done. And here is the ball here. Now basically what I've done is I took some fruit and then I used a toothpick and pierce the ball where I want the toothpick, and then I put pierce the fruit onto the toothpick, if that makes sense. So here's how I started. What I did was these balls here, especially the foam, they have a crease where the mold was when they created or made the ball, and that crease is a good guideline to use to start your fruit. And what I've done is I started it along that crease there going across the circumference and then again on top. So this would give me more of a coverage doing it this way. So just pretend that I have all this done. So we have the row going on top of the ball, and then the row going all the way around the ball to cover the circumference. And then we fill in with the toothpicks. So you would take a toothpick, you would press it in the space that you want the toothpick. Now, if you want to hot glue it, you're more than welcome to hot glue it, but you can just basically use your toothpick, make sure it's the size that it won't punch through the fruit, and then place it where you need it. And eventually, you'll come out with something like this. Now this is only half done because I just wanted you to see what it looks like when it's half filled. So what I also done is before you even start with your topiary, I would take a pencil and mark at the bottom where you want your stick to go, because you know it won't be a topiary unless you have a stem. And that's where I would mark it right at the bottom, so I know that's where my stem would go, and you won't cover it with your fruit, so it will be easily available and easy to find when you get ready to pierce it. So we're going to finish this, and I will let you see how I went about doing it, and I will do a few more of these, and then we'll come back and show you the finished product of this ball here. Here is the ball, all nice and pretty and completed, white. And then that hole that I was telling you about that you need to mark right down in the bottom, we're going to take this dowel. Now, I purchased this dowel from Michael's and I painted it white. It's naturally a wood color, and I painted it white. You can paint whatever color you want. And then I'm going to insert it. What I did was pierce the bottom of the ball first as much as I can, because this dowel, it doesn't have a pointed end. It's flat, as you can see. And I tried to find one that was pointed, but they didn't have one as thick as this one. And I needed this to be thick. So I have to create a hole in my ball first before I can insert it. So we're going to insert the dowel in the ball and press it as far inside the ball as you can get it. And now we have our stem. Now you can glue that on there if you like, which I probably will because this is spinning. So we're going to glue the dowel on. Insert it back in the hole. And I give it nice and sturdy. There we go. Wait till that dry. And put that aside. Now we're going to go back to our planter here. And just like the ball, I need to insert a nice little hole, but I don't want it to be too big because I want it to be snug when I insert the dowel. So I'm just going to press midway with the point of my scissors here, this way. And we're going to glue this in. So put some glue at the end here. And then we're going to press down in that little hole we made all the way down. There we go. We're going to hold that. And put our moss back around it. And now we have our topiary. I'm going to dress it up a little bit with this ribbon. So I'm going to make a double bow ribbon. Now if you haven't seen me make a bow before, or you don't know how to make a bow, I will link my video up in the iCard above to show you how to make a bow. So I'm not going to do it here. But basically, I can show you quickly. I make one loop, then 2 loops. Now the trick is to make the first loop smaller than you get ready to make the second loop. So this is the first loop. It looks like that. Then you make the second loop. Larger than the first, like so. And there's our double bow, and now we have some wire here, and then I will make the tails. But basically this is how you will make the double bow. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we are going to apply it to our topiary. So here's our double bow. We cut the ends into a V to make a nice finish on our ribbon, and we are going to place this just like that. I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I don't want to use wire on the dowel because it'll slide up and down eventually, and I don't want this to move, so we're going to use glue. If you love DIYs, decorating, organizing, and so much more, click the subscribe button and click the bell for new videos notification every week. Don't forget to visit my other social media platforms for ideas and tips to decorate, organize, or better your home living. Until the next time, my friends, smooches!